But it's a class action lawsuit against all machines and that they're defective devices, okay?
$7 million for reef fish management, $25 million to combat Asian carp, $2.5 million to count the number of amberjack fish in the Gulf of Mexico.
Dub is a shit fuck, you know, cringe tour, etc., etc.
Running against the worst candidate in the history of presidential politics puts pressure on me. Could you imagine if I lose my whole life? What am I going to do? I'm going to say, I lost to the worst candidate in the history of politics. I'm not going to feel so good. Maybe I'll have to leave the country. I don't know.
Created Pokemon Go, but I'm trying to figure out how we get them to have Pokemon go to the polls. Why attack Sanders?
Why? You're getting nervous, man. Calm down.
seriously, hot sauce. I've been eating a lot of hot sauce, a lot of raw peppers and hot sauce.
First time I ever heard of Black Lives Matter, they were chanting pigs in a blanket, talking about police. Pigs, talking about our police. Pigs in a blanket, fry them like bacon.
Hello, users, and welcome to another episodic installation of I'm going to install the show, and it's on, and we have a show here today. So got a show going on, it's happening. It's happening. Today's show is happening. Once again, no one on planet Earth has ever had food poisoning from chicken, because in order to get food poisoning, you need to be eating food that's poisoned. Chicken is not food, it's poison. So it would just be poisoning, which is a separate concept. Just good old-fashioned poisoning, like how I'm poisoning your minds with my communist propaganda. And there you go. So I got some coffee here. I'm drinking some coffee. And there you go. That's some coffee. I do drink coffee. And, in fact, I just drank it. I'm drinking it right now. All right, so we got a show today. Hopefully y'all watched A Nightmare on Elm Street 3 last night. Motherfuckers, raise your hand if you did, because we're going to be talking about that later. But got a show. I'm a little, I woke up a little bit on the up and up. And so, bear with me here while I drink some coffee to get myself started. Andrew Kohler, I don't know what the hell I should do with you, but all I do know is it's not going to be good for you. So just give me a couple days and then I'll figure out a proper punishment. Anyway, so we got a show going on. This is seemingly going to be another episodic installation of stupid fucking Republicans. Because they're just all over the place. Some dumbass motherfucking Republicans. So anyway, check this out. Senate Republicans demand credit card companies reverse decision to track gun store sales. A couple of weeks ago, I covered on this show how credit card companies are doing what the U.S. government is unable to or refuses to do, and that's literally anything about gun violence. And so now again, I'm not typically one that says like, oh, all hail the corporations, they're doing us a favor. They're probably just going to use this data to sell to marketers and just, try to make a profit off of this kind of like, new data processing method. But once again, it can theoretically make tracking gun sales, especially guns and ammo that's used illegally, a little bit easier. Is that really going to prevent crime? Not really. It's just going to cause more people to go to jail for crime. The crime is still probably going to happen. But anyway, whatever. You can view it as a step forward. You can view it as just neutral. It's not going to do anything. You can view it however you want. I don't personally care. But what I do care about is how Republicans view it. And it's really entertaining that Republicans are so triggered by this. So let's check this out. Senate Republicans are urging major credit card companies to reverse the decision to categorize gun shop purchases separately. Senator Roger Marshall, Kansas, is leading a group of 12 GOP senators and demanding that the CEOs of Visa, MasterCard, and American Express scrap plans to track gun store sales. The companies recently announced they would apply the International Organization for Standardization's new merchant category code to gun shop sales. Transactions at firearm stores were previously labeled as general merchandise. So again, this is like, it's an international conglomerate of corporations. And so, I don't know. I don't think 12 GOP senators is really going to be enough. I think if you had the entire GOP party, GOP party, grand old party. Oh, if you had the entire party that calls itself the GOP, then maybe that would be, I don't know. We'll see though. Corporations are famous for being bullied by like 2 Republicans, so it's possible. Quote, this decision, which is already being hailed by radical anti-gun activists, is the first step towards backdoor gun control on law-abiding Americans. The senators wrote to the CEOs, any change that seeks to impact a United States citizen's ability to legally purchase a firearm belongs to Congress, not payment networks. And now again, the credit card companies are not denying you the right to buy a gun. It's just a new category. Right? It's just a new category. That's it. No one's like, oh, we're not going to let you. Maybe these credit card companies, again, the Uvalde shooter bought his gun on credit. Like he paid like $20 and had a payment plan that obviously he's not going to fucking have to deal with. Right? So maybe credit card companies can say, hey, maybe we won't allow people to buy guns for like $10 and a shoelace. Is it an American's right to just like buy a gun without money? Is that how like much of a right guns are? Like guns need to have special payment plan protections? I don't know. Just think about it. Anyway, let's see what else we got here. Look at this guy. He's mad as hell. Send Roger Marshall from Kansas. Merchant category codes are not exclusive to gun store sales, as the codes exist for nearly every type of purchase, including those at supermarkets, clothing stores, coffee shops, and other retailers. But the codes only label the type of merchant where the credit or debit card is used, not the specific items. This means an item like a gun safe, for example, could be flagged as a large purchase at a gun store, since one can be purchased for thousands of dollars. Quote, due to the nature of the information collected from merchants when processing a transaction, you have no ability to know what is being purchased. As such, the purported benefits for detecting suspicious, blah, blah, blah. Anyway. Now, I'm all for privacy laws. I'm all for, mandating that credit, debit, bank, whatever companies, right, can't actually track what I'm buying. I'm all for that. If Congress wants to enact privacy laws so that even the companies that, I'm using their credit or bank or whatever, even they can't see what I'm buying or where I'm buying it, however, that would be great. That would be wonderful. But I doubt they're going to do that because, again, a lot of the times people will use credit card reports and other stuff like that, you know, in crime solving and all that kind of bullshit. I doubt they're going to do that, right? But I'm totally down for privacy expansion. But of course, you know, Republicans, they don't really want privacy expansion. They just want to whine and complain and signal their virtues to the rest of America because apparently, you know, we need to know what they have to say. Like, I don't know, like, we already know you're a Republican, you're going to say something stupid. So, I don't know, do I need to be making this segment? Maybe, maybe not. Who knows? I don't know. Maybe I should just retire. But anyway, there you go. Republicans, once again, cringing it up. Realon blessed you on Twitch yesterday. It's true. At least I can get away from the MAGA communists. What does that mean? Are you watching MAGA communists? Isn't that fucking Jackson Hinkle's bullshit? Or did someone else make that and he hopped on it? I don't know. Shit's cringe. Well, Andrew Kohler, you would know if you would make a Twitch goddamn account and watch my goddamn streams. Yesterday was pretty good. I finished one of my speedrunning goals as of yesterday. And pretty happy about that. I set out a goal to do a full run of every WOD in a certain series, and I finished the last one. So now I got to find a new project, and I got a couple of projects on that one. You know, but next time I stream, I don't know if I'm going to stream today. I might not. I probably won't, actually. I'll just tell you this much. I probably won't stream today. But next time I do stream, I should be working on a new project. So, how's Max? Max is, he's a dog. Max! Oh, look at the ears. Oh, I love this doggy. Maxie, why are you such a dog? Max, why are you such a dog? So old. That creaking that you're hearing, that's actually Max's bones. Maxie, say hi to the television. They want to see you. Max, you're a famous doggy. Why are you so famous? Reminder, if you join the channel memberships, you get a face, a Max the Dog face, which you can post in the chat. Anyway, so that's the Max the Dog portion of the show. Max, you want more screen time? All right. All right. MAGA communists. First of all, like, I understand the humor value of referring to them as whatever name they come up with, but they're not MAGA communists. They're neo-Nazis, right? That's all they are. Their ideology is equivalent to an average run-of-the-mill neo-Nazi. They just dress it with, like, hammers and sickles and take advantage of stupid people. But, like, I don't know, it's the same thing with, like, the patriotic socialist. Remember that meme? Like, oh, no, I'm not a national socialist. I'm a patriotic socialist. Oh, okay, sure. Max the dog, what the hell are you doing? Oh, is there a tennis ball under? What are you doing? Max. Oh, there is a fucking tennis ball under my chair. Max, you only love me for the tennis ball. And now look at him. He's done. Wait, he's back. Hi. His rectangle is almost healed. The best dog is Max, and them's the facts. Poem. It's not bad. It's not bad at all. All right. So we got a show. Hello, users. Once again, we are not, I was going to say ankle deep, but not quite ankle deep yet. We're like toe deep in the Spook Sixular, my annual Halloween celebration. You know, people always tell me like, oh, Christmas is getting earlier and earlier every year. Well, guess what, motherfucker? So is Halloween while I'm in charge. So once again, I'm going to be doing a horror-themed movie review every day from now until I review 50 of them. And I'm going to do some horror video game stream stuff. So, definitely follow me on twitch.tv if that sounds remotely interesting. But there you go. Cooking with the Bitch, also going to be continuing until I finish, a couple more episodes. So look forward to that. And so, there you go. But also, this is the Above It All show, and as this is the Above It All show, I'm going to be doing some news. And this is news to, I think, everybody. Did you know that Americans love abortion, or rather, they hate abortion, and they love abortion bans, at least according to Lindsey Graham. Graham says he is, quote, confident Americans would support a national abortion ban. Okay, he's confident. All right, let's force the vote. Am I right, people? Senator Lindsey Graham on Sunday expressed confidence that the public would support his 15-week federal abortion ban proposal, but acknowledged it does not have the votes to pass the Senate. What? Surely you can get Joe Manchin on board, right? Quote, I'm pro-life, even in election year, Graham told Fox News Sunday anchor Shannon Bream. Quote, I'm confident that American people would accept a national abortion ban on abortion at 15 weeks, Graham said. And to those who suggest that being pro-life is a losing politics, I reject that. I don't know why this is the case, but it seems as if Lindsey Graham is going to war with the Republican Party. Like, it's weird, and these Republicans are forced. Now, this is exactly what the Democrats should have done with gay marriage, by the way. That's my opinion. But either way, the Republicans are forced to say, like, yeah, I support an abortion ban, after they spent 4 months talking about states' rights, states' rights. We got states' rights. Right? They spent 4 months talking about states' rights, including Lindsey Graham. And now they're like, oh, national abortion ban. Right? And then their base is like, you better say yes. Right? And then everyone else is like, what? Are you fucking insane? Like, because apparently people need more excuses to understand how Republicans are insane. I want to ask you a question. What is the demographic out there? I'm sure they exist. Of someone who would vote for a Republican unless the Republican came out in favor of this bill? I'm just genuinely asking. What is the demographic here? What is keeping Republicans from jumping on this? You know what I mean? Like, is there really someone out there who's like, I would vote for Tommy Tuberville, but, if he's supposed to have abortion ban, then maybe I'll change my mind. It's like, I'm just trying to imagine who that person is at this point that would still vote for a Republican, but for them coming out in favor of this bill. I can't see that as being a thing. I don't know. But I'm sure there's some really stupid motherfuckers out there. The South Carolina Republican on Tuesday introduced a bill that would prohibit abortions after 15 weeks. The move has attracted criticism from some in his own party who expressed a desire to leave abortion legislation to states after the Supreme Court voted to overturn Roe v. Wade in June. Bream asked Graham about comments he made 2 days after the decision, in which the South Carolina Republican said that Americans should let every state do what they want. Just let states' rights, states have goddamn rights, and they gotta, and then they come together and they say we got rights, and then they, and then abortion ban, Quote, I will not sit on the sidelines and watch this nation become China. When it comes to aborting babies up to the moment of birth, I reject that. I will continue to introduce legislation at the national level, setting a minimum standard of 15 weeks. Despite general agreement among Republican lawmakers on tightening abortion restrictions at the state level, Graham's proposal has been met with some GOP opposition. The bill's introduction comes less than 2 months before the midterm elections, and Republicans are hoping to flip control of Congress. Democrats, meanwhile, are hoping the abortion ruling can energize liberal voters in races this fall to maintain their razor-thin margins. Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell told reporters last week he is cautious, or rather that his caucus is not eager to debate the legislation. McConnell said. Asked if Graham's bill is sanctioned by the leadership, Senate Republican Whip John Thune similarly said no. So anyway, I think personally this is pretty funny. I honestly, genuinely think this whole thing is hilarious. But again, you have to understand, if these people do take power, they're going to pass an even stricter version than 15 weeks in a heartbeat. Like, they're going to pass a national abortion ban at fucking 15 days when they get fucking full control of the government. Right, so again, this is all, like, it's just tiptoeing and playing hopscotch over fucking goddamn optics. That's really all they're doing here. Again, these people are fucking crazy. I don't know what to tell you. There are over 55,000 abortions at 15 weeks gestation or later each year in the United States. Sounds like that's a good start. We got to keep it going. Can we hit 100K? Can we hit 1 million abortions a year at fucking goddamn 15 or plus weeks? Like, I'm down. Let's go 2 million abortions. Let's fucking get it. I'm ready. What the fuck? Who cares? Who gives a fuck? Who gives a fuck? Seriously, Republicans are the dumbest group of people. I have zero respect for these motherfuckers. Check the polls. They're gonna lose. Check the polls.
Read the polls, Jack. You guys are all the same. Read the polls, Jack. You guys are all the same.
That's Teresa right now in the chat. Read the polls, Jack. Republicans, not good. Do you hear those noises? There's another Trump rally. That's news to me. I'll look into it later. Those are my fingernails. On the arms of my chair. I'm really high right now. Anyway, got a show, doing a program here. But how's everyone going this morning? Hopefully, people's blood pressure are at normal or relatively close to normal levels. And but yesterday there was a little bit of some feistiness going on in this chat room. People are getting a little upset. You know, hypertension is a problem that affects a lot of Americans. And if you want to treat hypertension, I recommend eating whole cloves of garlic several times a day, all day, every day. And, so it does wonders for your blood pressure. I was having some garlic yesterday. Fuck. I'm impressed. I'm impressed with just food. I'm impressed. Do you think it's a deflection from Trump scandals? I don't know. Scoop you on what? But I am impressed with food. I mean, food exists, right? And then you just get to eat it, and it's fucking great. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, oh God. Real on, all I can tell you is you should watch the VOD, because if I told you, you wouldn't believe it. You wouldn't believe it. So you just have to watch yesterday's archive, and then there you go. Is it the weekend? Last time I checked, it's the weekend. Last time I checked. Wait. Hold, I'm getting a call. Oh, it's from my NATO representative. Hold on. Okay. All right. Okay, bye. So, according to my NATO representative, it is not the weekend. Or at least it's only weekend for a couple more hours, according to my NATO representative. So, I got to get this show over with while it's still the weekend. Apparently, like the sun or something, you know, there's like 9 hours from now or 10 hours. I don't know. Where does NATO even go? Like, what is the furthest east that NATO goes? Like, does my joke make sense? I just assume that, like, I don't know, like fucking Finland or something or some shit like that is somewhere, like, you know, is 12 hours ahead of us. But I genuinely, I don't know. It could be 10 hours or 9 hours. I don't know where the fuck. I don't know. Anyway, so motherfucker, I did the NATO representative bit in one of my videos over the last, I don't remember when it was. And I tell you, I shit you not, these Jimmy Dore people, right? They literally thought like, oh, you exposed yourself. I mean, I'm tired, like these motherfuckers, man. You know, really, when you think about it, NATO and or OTAN, when you think about it, I support my French comrades over there with their OTAN. So, you know, I'm an anarcho-OTANist. That's my position. I'm really good with, you know, it's my OTAN representative, and we made a deal, and it's a good deal. So anyway, I'm sorry, I'm off on it. All right, let's talk more about stupid fucking Republicans. Yeah, if Jimmy Dore runs for president, you can expect me to make Jimmy Dore runs for president videos over and over and over again, because that is going to be like a diamond encrusted content mine for me. So just throwing that out there, like if he actually does that. Anyway, stupid motherfucking Republicans. Check this out. Texas Governor Abbott. Scroll this fucking advertisement out of here. You don't need to be advertised to. Hold up. Yeah, that's right. Check this out. This is my background is just a photo of my dog. It's pinned to the top. I don't. All right, this advertisement, you're gonna have to be advertised to. All right. Anyway. Oh Jesus. 50 more migrants arrived outside of Vice President Kamala Harris's residence in Washington, D.C. on Saturday, days after 2 buses carrying asylum seekers arrived at her Naval Observatory home. I love that the Vice President's like, yeah, we'll throw you in the Naval Observatory. You know what I mean? Yeah, we'll throw you there. Go observe your naval or some shit. What? Texas Governor Greg Abbott's press secretary Renee Ezzi confirms to ABC News that 50 migrants were dropped off at the Vice President's Naval Observatory residence Saturday after a long bus ride from Texas. Abbott said he sent 2 buses of migrants to Harris's residence on Thursday. Y'all, like, this meme, like, there's so much going on with the migrant meme. Like, I have, like, a bunch of Trumpers that, like, harass me every day and like leave really bizarre comments, and I see like shit that people post on like the right-wing forums and stuff, and it's right, like the real world is that like the Martha's Vineyard stunt, right? They went there, They had like some really good lawyers. People did a really good job of making sure that they could get where they need to go. There's a lot of funds that were raised to make sure that they could get where they need to go, so on and so forth. And in the right-wing media sphere, they think, oh, the liberals just deported them. The liberals deported them instantly. Hypocrites. And that's just like not even, that didn't happen. And then also, like, again, I really can't with this idea of spending millions and millions of dollars instead of actually helping process people in a legal process. Again, these are not illegal immigrants. These are legal migrants, right? I need you to understand, like the talking point, right, a year ago was like, oh, I only hate the illegal aliens. Why don't you come into the country like my grandfather did? How about you do it the right way? Then I would support you. But all these aliens just want to jump the border illegally. They got to come in and follow the rules, right? So then they do. They follow the rules, and now Republicans are like, fuck you. How dare you come into my country? We're going to bus you to the Naval Observatory. Right? Like, these motherfuckers are so fucking goddamn dumb. They're so fucking goddamn dumb. We're sending migrants to her backyard to call on the Biden administration to do its job and secure the border, he tweeted at the time. Secure the border? Again, most of these migrants that are pushed, to like Martha's Vineyard and, in Chicago and other places are asylum seekers. Asylum is a legal process. What the fuck are they talking about? What are they taught? These motherfuckers, again, they're just dumb as fuck. Abbott and other Republican leaders from border states have been sending migrants to Democratic-led cities for months, calling it a protest of President Joe Biden's immigration policies amid an influx of migrants at the southern border. What immigration policies? Abbott and Florida Governor Ron DeSantis escalated their scheme this week by dropping off approximately 100 migrants outside of Harris's Washington home and on Martha's Vineyard, the island just south of Cape Cod, where former President Barack Obama has a residence. The move sparked national attention and outrage from the White House and Democrats who said the lawmakers were using migrants as political pawns. Republicans have cheered the move, arguing the Biden administration should do more to secure the border. Again, these are legal fucking migrants. These are people following every law and doing it properly, right? 2, name your policy. Secure the border? That doesn't mean anything. Oh, we got to secure the border. How? Lay out a policy proposal. Secure the border. From what? Be specific. At least say finish the wall. Give me something tangible. These motherfuckers, man. Some Democratic lawmakers said they received no prior warning the migrants were going to be arriving. Of course, that's the point. Massachusetts Governor Charlie Baker said the state has since offered voluntary transportation of the migrants off of Martha's Vineyard to a temporary shelter at Joint Base Cape Cod. One Venezuelan immigrant, Victor, told ABC News' Armando Garcia that he was there when someone was asking migrants to sign their name on a list to get a seat on the plane. He did not sign up because the offer sounded too suspicious and because it did not align with his plans to eventually get to New York City. Victor says he feels for the people that were duped into taking the flights, but he understands why they took that risk. It's complicated because they tell you you'll have everything you want, but when they arrived, people were basically lost. Now, again, we could talk about this is basically kidnapping. Right? This is basically human trafficking, right? In every legal definition possible. But again, at the end of the day, what are they asking for? Like, what are they asking for? What do you want? Like, the same motherfuckers that talk about love it or leave it. America, love it or leave it. Oh, you live in Texas? You live on the fucking Mexican border? Love it or leave it. I'm sorry. If you don't want to be around immigrants, go to fucking Wyoming, you little bitch. If you don't want to be around fucking immigrants, go to Montana, you little fucking cocksucker. Love it or leave it, asshole. You're on a fucking border state. You don't want to be on a border state? Guess what? Pack up and fucking move, you stupid ass jackass motherfucker. Like, again, these motherfuckers are so dumb, and they can't even lay out a policy proposal. Secure the border. What? What does that mean? Again, what the fuck does that mean? I thought Donald Trump is campaigning on promises made, promises kept, and that he built the wall. So, okay, you elected Trump. He built the wall. And now apparently the border needs to be more secure? What the fuck? Why didn't Donald Trump secure the fucking border? Again, these motherfuckers will say the same thing over and over and over again. Wall or no wall. Secure the border, secure the border. Fence or no fence. Secure the border, secure the border. Legal or illegal immigration. Secure the border. Like, they're fucking robots, dude. Like, you know the fucking little wind-up toy? You fucking... Secure the border, right? And then, like, secure the border. Like, that's all they do. They're jokes. These motherfuckers are cringe incarnate, man. Holy fucking goddamn. But again, Republicans, and I'm talking about the voters and the politicians, anyone that supports this shit, dumb as fuck. Dumb as fuck. It's like spending $5,000 on like a bottle of soda, right? Like, that's what they're doing. Like, if you want soda, just buy the soda at the fucking gas station. You don't need to fucking, import the soda from like a specific shop in Louisiana and have it like fucking like same day delivered to your cottage in Alaska, right? Like, what the fuck are you doing? They're spending so much money to solve a problem. Well, they're not even solving the problem. They're like, it's like if you try to import soda and then someone ends up like sending you like a fucking brick or something, right? They're spending an exorbitant amount of money on something that they don't need to be spending that money on. They could be spending a fraction of that money to solve that issue, but they're not even trying to solve that issue. They're just trying to make a fucking scene for some reason. With your money! With your money! They're like, oh, okay, taxpayer dollars? Well, let's fucking throw it in the fucking air and like light it all on fire? What? Dumbass motherfuckers. I don't know. Anyway, so that's Republicans for you. Hello, S Scout is taken. How's it going? Oh. Ooh. Alright, we got a show going on. I'm in border rather than borer above, but right-wingers do bore me, so I guess borer works. There you go. Goddamn border. Alright. So, this is, again, in another episode of stupid fucking Republicans and stupid fucking religious people. Stupid fucking religious people. Stupid shit for brains, dumpster sludge for fucking IQ religious people. I fucking hate them all. Yeshiva University puts all student club activities on hold days after the Supreme Court declined to block an order requiring the school to recognize an LGBTQ club. These motherfuckers, man. These motherfuckers. They're so goddamn stupid. Ah! Ah! New York's Yeshiva University announced Friday that it would put all undergraduate club activities on hold days after losing a bid to have the U.S. Supreme Court block a court order that requires the university to recognize an LGBTQ student club, an attorney for the club said. Holy shit. Holy shit. The university sent an unsigned email saying it will hold off on all undergraduate club activities while it, quote, takes steps to follow the roadmap provided by the U.S. Supreme Court to protect the university's religious freedom, citing upcoming Jewish holidays, according to a copy of the email provided by the attorney. So, your stupid, dumb fuck holiday is coming up, And you're like, well, religious freedom. We can't have gays anywhere near us on our holiday. I'm sorry, it's goddamn Passover. Get the gays out of here. It's goddamn Hanukkah. Hanukkah's coming up. Hanukkah's coming up. Ring the bell. Get the gays out of here. Everyone get those gays out of the room. Hanukkah's coming up. What? What the fuck are these motherfuckers talking about, man? Religious freedom? First of all, there is no such thing as religious freedom. You're a fucking moron. You're a child. You believe in fucking Santa Claus, motherfucker. You believe in Santa Claus. It's not like if I go to fucking, if I go to a mall, I don't even know if these still exist, but just bear with me here. I'm sure you can understand what I'm talking about. If I go to a mall and see a fake Santa, right, that violates my religious freedom, right? That's like a caricature of the prophet, man. That's like drawing Muhammad. You can't do that shit. What are you, dressing up as Santa Claus? That's fucked up. My religious freedom says you can't dress up as Santa Claus and have kids jump on your lap and beg for toys. That's what my religion says. Guess what? I would be laughed at. Why? Because I'm fucking crazy. But you I'm Jewish. I gotta light my candle and I need to make sure that when the candle's lit, there's no gay person within a 40-mile radius. What? What? Huh? What? Like, again, what the fuck do the holidays have to do with anything? Jesus Christ. The email was sent 2 days after the country's highest court declined in a 5-4 vote. Declined in a 5-4 vote a request from the university to block a lower court order requiring it to recognize a Pride Alliance LGBTQ student club. Katie Rosenfeld, the attorney representing the club, called the university's latest move a shameful tactic that aims to pit students against their LGBTQ peers. The YU administration announcement today that it will cancel all student club activities rather than accept one LGBTQ peer support group on campus is a throwback to 50 years ago when the city of Jackson, Mississippi closed all public swimming pools rather than comply with court orders to desegregate. Rosenfeld told CNN in a statement, the Pride Alliance seeks a safe space on campus, nothing more. Like, I need you to understand, these motherfuckers are insane. They're insane. I need, like, religious people, scum of the earth. Every single one of them. Every single one of these scumbag motherfuckers. Every single one of them. Because when you open the door for magical thinking, when you open the door to faith, you gotta have faith. Right? You're gonna let on through a lot of really crazy motherfuckers. Oh, my faith tells me that gay people can't be anywhere near me? What? What? Your faith tells you that? God's whispering in your ear saying, get the gays out of school? What? Fucking faith? And then again, they're gonna cancel all the clubs. This whole story, man. This whole fucking goddamn fucking story is just dumb motherfuckers after dumb motherfuckers after dumb motherfuckers. I just, like, really, I mean, and I...
Only the really, I hate to say this, but those with the lowest IQ...
For sure, man. These fucking religious dumbasses. Holy fuck. Welcome to cool, Gary DeFore. You're so cool. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. I just got like a fucking huge slab of oil and grease on my glasses. Oh boy, oh boy. That pretty much ends the news portion of the program. So coming up, I'm going to do a a Nightmare on Elm Street 3 review. But before I do that, it's going to be Q-Cock time. That's right. Post your Qs. Post your cocks. Because it's Q-Cock time. Questions, comments, or concerns, of course. And anyway, so if anyone has any questions, comments, or concerns, field them in my direction. Gonna be, taking it easy today. I'm not gonna be doing a Twitch stream or anything. Max is a very sweet dog. I agree. Where the hell is this dog? Maxie! He's roaming. Max! I'll check it out tomorrow, Bob. I promise. You got a Max dog here. That's Max dog. What movie do you really want to see but haven't gotten around to it? I don't know. It's a good question, but I don't know. I'm sure it fits right in, but I'm also sure it'll fit in tomorrow, judging by my ability to predict the future. How good is Max? Max is great. Q-Cock, what you cooking today? Top secret? Appeals court is requiring Trump's team to respond to their DOJ request by Tuesday at noon in the Mar-a-Lago documents business. All right. Ancient Chinese secret? Do I look like I know any ancient Chinese secrets? Because I do. And that's right, Bob. Good prediction. All right. Y'all? Where the fuck did my mouse go? Okay, here it is. You ever lose track of your mouse? It's like, where the fuck did that shit go, you know? Okay, everybody. So we are going to be reviewing another classic horror film. My personal favorite in the A Nightmare on Elm Street franchise. That's right, folks. It's the best. Dream Warriors. And so, of course, just a quick reminder, I am watching all of these films in a row as the opening salvo of the 50-part movie review horror marathon that I'm doing, watching one per day. And so if you'd like to watch with me, I will be watching A Nightmare on Elm Street 4 tonight. So if you want to watch that with me, and then I'll review it in the morning, that would be great. But anyway, this one is my personal favorite. I haven't seen all of these movies since I was a teenager, but this is the one that I've watched probably the most. I saw this one when I was young, and I've probably seen it like 4 or 5 times. I don't remember, but all I know is it's pretty much as good as I remember. One thing I really love about this film, by the way, the movie poster. I want to get all of these movie posters. They're all really just fucking great art. Also, there's a Max running around. I don't know if he's visible. He's dodging the cameras. But anyway, so one thing I love about this movie is that it brings back the main character from the first film. I love when franchises do that, when they like kind of dip into the same cast, right? Like the Final Destination movies do that too. And like I just find that interesting. Like the expert character who you saw like engage in like the horror, and then like however many years later they're now an expert. They go to help other people that are like the new main characters, right? It's just I like it. I'm a fan. And so the core kind of concept of this movie is like it's kind of like a mix of like taking like the shared dreaming consciousness. This is like, it's basically like this is the proto Inception. And so they have like shared dreaming, and then they have the ability to lucid dream, recognize that they're in the dream, and then they have the ability in this movie they try to train their abilities oh, in my dream, I'm a wizard or whatever. In my dream, I'm super strong, that kind of shit. And it's just like a cool ass concept. Like, again, I love how these movies fuck around with the dream world. I think the dream world is, it's a fascinating concept. It's one of the coolest things about being a human, honestly, is the ability to dream. And so that's why I think A Nightmare on Elm Street, for me, it stands out among the more classic horror franchises. The super sequel franchises. We're talking about, like, Friday the 13th. We're talking about, like, Halloween. We're talking about, like, Hellraiser, right? These horror movies that have, like, 9 trillion fucking sequels for no goddamn motherfucking reason. And you're going to watch them all, motherfucker, and you're going to like it. A Nightmare on Elm Street for me. Hellraiser also really stands out, but A Nightmare on Elm Street, I just love the dream stuff. I'm a huge fan of the dreaming. I just think it's super cool. I love it. I think it's great. And this one for me, when I watched this movie as a kid, for me, it really kind of like got my huge interest in lucid dreaming started, which is something I talk about very frequently on my show. This, among some other things, but, I just love the idea of, like, you have a nightmare, so you train yourself to become a lucid dreamer, recognize when you're in a nightmare, and then you don't give the nightmare that much power and energy, or you try to overpower it with your dream energy. It's just super cool. Anyway, the thing I love about this movie also is that it takes place in like a kind of like a pseudo insane asylum kind of thing. And this movie, I think it was released in 87, I want to say, but just seeing how like mental health facilities treat people that are suicidal. Right, like, I don't know if this is indicative of the 1980s. I wasn't alive in the 1980s. But, like, they really, I mean, like, so people, the kids go to this mental health facility because, like, they've tried to commit suicide, some of them, or some of them they can't sleep, Similarly, like, it starts in, like, like, the first 2 movies, right, the characters can't sleep, and then, like, it starts to develop that kind of thing. These movies is like, it does develop, and they do end up in this mental health facility, and then we start the story in the middle as they all meet each other and stuff. But again, the staff are just so brutal. Like, like the main doctor, before he becomes a good guy, is just like such a pushover, like, rude bully, right? And lets the superintendents or whatever, like the people in charge, just bully the shit out of these kids for no reason. You got the stupid fucking bitch nurse who's just like, like harassing them, giving them drugs without their consent, like forcing them to go to sleep. It's just, and then there's like the cool guy. There's Lawrence Fishburne plays like the cool guy. He's like, yeah, I'm your boss. I can tell you what to do, but I'm the cool guy. If you want to stay up and watch TV, feel free to do so. And then, the bitch fucking... I love the deaths in this movie. Like, when the bitch, like, just, like, kind of pseudo hangs herself with her face in the fucking television screen, that shit was great. I love at the end, too, doing, like, the lucid dreaming segment where they're, like, doing the final war against Freddy. And that, like, a lot of them get stabbed and die. Like, the guy, like, the one kid who's, like, he broke his legs in a suicide attempt, but in his dream he can walk. And he's also a wizard in his dream. So he tries to use some, like, D&D magic on Freddy. And then Freddy's like, whoa, right? And one of the things I love about these movies is how Freddy Krueger will always, like, pretend to, like, be getting fucked up. Whoa, right? He'll, like, play along. And then, like... Then it, like, just to make them think that they won. And then he's like, just kidding, motherfucker. And then he kills the motherfucker. So anyway, he grabs that wizard. The stupid-ass D&D nerd gets grabbed by the fucking throat and slashed and stabbed. And their heart just fucking, pops from the fucking knife nails or whatever thing going on. But anyway, one of my favorite parts in this movie is when there's a mute kid who's, like, strapped to a table. I don't think, by the way, I think this is the first A Nightmare on Elm Street where there's visible nudity. And they do it in like a really strange way where like a teenager, I don't know how old they are, but I presume that they're in like the 15, 16 range. I don't know. Like in their dream, like a nurse, like who has like giant titties or whatever, like tries to fuck him. And then it turns out, oh shit, it's Freddy Krueger. And then they like tongue kiss and then their tongues get combined. And then it's Freddy and then they tie him to a bed. A little, I don't know. I'm not sure. But about that. But anyway, I love when he gets tied to the bed and then like the bed disappears and it's like hell beneath them. That's cool. I also love at the end when the kid finally speaks, he's like, no, or whatever, because his friends are getting killed. And then he's able, that's the first time he's able to talk throughout the whole movie. And then he, scares Freddy away. But then Freddy comes back. And then I love the side plot with the first character from the first movie and her dad, which are the only survivors in the first movie. And both of them die in this movie. So it's like a clean cut. You take care of those of the cast from the first movie now. And so I love when him and the doctor are trying to deal with the Freddy remains, right? And then they have that skeleton scene where the skeleton, I don't know how they did it, but there's an animated skeleton and it looks so bad it's good. It looks amazing. I love it. It's so cheesy, but I love it at the same time. And then they fight the fucking skeleton or whatever, right? And then the skeleton wins, and then Freddy. But Freddy can only be in one place at once. He can't terrorize the kids in the dream world and become a super skeleton in the real world at the same time. So he's got to switch back and forth, and then he goes back to harassing the kids. And then the one bitch's dad wakes up and then does no, he dies. But then the professor uses some holy water or whatever, and then Freddy dies again. But is Freddy really dead? I don't know, because there's fucking 7 more movies in this series, so probably not. But again, I just think Dream Warriors, it explores a lot of great concepts, right? It has that kind of anxiety because they're all kind of trapped in a mental health facility against their will. So it's it reduces the options that the main characters can do. It kind of forces them to be in certain kind of environments. And it's just, I don't know, this is a great movie. I mean, it really is. I love the classic cheesy slasher horror movies, but this series, I just love the dream stuff. It's just super cool. It's fun to think about. It's fun to watch. And that poster looks great. I'm going to get that fucking poster on my wall. If you think you'll get out alive, you must be dreaming. But anyway, goddamn Dream Warriors. Again, going to be watching part 4 tonight. So if anyone wants to join me, it's an option. If not, go fuck yourself. And tomorrow, I'll be talking about Nightmare on Elm Street 4. But there you go. That's it. That's all I got. All right, y'all. That's pretty much my show for today. Doing a little bit of a quick one today, so don't get mad at me. But doing a show, and I'm doing a show today, and that's what I'm doing. So, in fact, I'm not even doing it anymore. I've already done it. I did it. I did a show. It's over. If anyone has any more Q-Cocks, feel free to let me know. I won't be doing a Twitch stream today, so taking a break. Do I like trains? Trains are okay. I'm going to drink this coffee, and then I'm going to go. All right, I finished my coffee. Do white wingers even understand the difference between refugees and economic migrants? No, they don't. They see anyone with a slightly darker skin tone and they just scream alien at them like it's fucking a cheesy sci-fi film. Cool mug. Yeah, I agree. Anyway, y'all, bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
I don't know who created Pokemon Go, but I'm trying to figure out how we get them to have Pokemon go to the polls. I don't know.
And then they have cans of soup. And they throw the cans of soup. That's better than a brick because you can't throw a brick, it's too heavy. But a can of soup, you can really put some power into that, right? And then when they get caught, they say, no, this is soup for my family. They're so innocent. This is soup for my family. It's incredible. And you have people coming over with bags of soup, big bags of soup, and they lay it on the ground, and the anarchists take it and they start throwing it at our cops, at our police. And if it hits you, that's worse than a brick because it's got force. It's the perfect size. It's like made perfect. And when they get caught, they say, no, this is just soup for my family. And then the media says, this is just soup. These people are very, very innocent. They're innocent people. But the real problem is that our leaders are dumb. Dumb. So dumb. The world is actually a small piece of the universe, right? I went in yesterday and there was a television screen and I said, this is genius.
Dumb as a shit fuck, cringe tour, etc., etc.
No, seriously, hot sauce. I've been eating a lot of hot sauce, a lot of raw peppers and hot sauce.
I am not up to the job. And I mean that sincerely. It's not like, whoa.